Also officiate when we come to the signing of the register towards the end of the ceremony. Today's a very special day for Chris and Amy.
When I first met you, I knew I had come at last home. Home after wandering. Home after long puzzled searching. Home after long being windborne, wave-tossed, night-caught. Long being lost. And being with you as normal and needful and natural as sleeping or walking.
Chris, please repeat after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know
that I know
not of any
not of any
lawful impediment
lawful impediment
why I,
why I,
Christopher James George Sirs,
Christopher James George Sirs,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to
to
Amy Louise Proughton.
Amy Louise Proughton.
Amy, if I please get you to repeat. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I,
why I,
Amy Louise Proughton,
Amy Louise Proughton,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony
in matrimony
to Christopher James George Sirs.
Christopher James George Sirs.
Before you are joined in matrimony, it's my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. Marriage is a solemn union to provide love and friendship, help and comfort, both in times of joy and in times of trouble. It is not to be entered into lightly, nor is it likely to be set aside. Furthermore, it is a legal contract between two people, marking a poignant stages in their lives together. Charles, could we have the second reading, please?
My love is like a red, red rose by Robbie Burns. My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till the seas gang dry. Till the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt wi' the sun, and I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. And fare thee weel, my only love, and fare thee weel a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 mile.
I, Christopher James Sirs,
Take you,
Amy
Louise Proughton,
Louise Proughton,
to be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife.
And yourself, Amy. I, Amy Louise Proughton,
I, Amy Louise Proughton,
take you, Christopher James George Sirs,
Christopher James George Sirs,
to be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband.
We now come to the exchange of wedding rings, which is the ancient and traditional way of sealing the contracts you have made. A wedding ring is an unbroken circle with no beginning and no end, symbolising the never-ending love and loyalty that will bind your new relationship. Christian, please could we have the rings? Would you like to take it to the ring that you says? Chris, as a symbol of the contract you're about to make, please take Amy's ring and place it on her marriage finger. And join hands to form the unbroken circle representing the ring and say the following words. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
All that I have, I share with you.
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
Amy, would you like to place the ring on Chris's marriage finger, please? And then join hands to form the unbroken circle representing the ring and say the following words. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
All that I have, I share with you.
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
I promise to be faithful and loyal,
to respect and cherish you
to respect and cherish you
throughout our lives together.
throughout our lives together.
Chris and Amy, marriage is a declaration of your love and commitment to each other. It's also a partnership of tenderness and compassion. You are two people with one life ahead of you, and in joining your lives may you be granted a very special lifetime together. You have promised to love and care for each other, and have sealed those promises with the gift of a ring. You have made the declarations required by law, making a solemn and binding contract in my presence and in the presence of the witnesses here assembled. Please could we have Christopher for a reading?
Let me put it this way. If you came to lay your sleeping head against my arm or sleeve, and if my arm went dead, or if I had to take my leave, at midnight I should rather cleave it from the joint or seam than make a scene or bring you round. There. How does that sound?
Thank you.
I'm sitting there going, it's like stone faced, panic stricken.
Find someone who touches not only your heart but also your soul. To discover someone who stands beside you and not over you. To find someone who loves you for who you are and not for who you could be. To discover someone as you two have found each other is one of the wonderful things that life can bring. I have one last task, and that is to give the marriage certificate to the head of the household. Just now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Sirs. Congratulations.
Good job, good job, good work, good work.
If you go into a school work, you can talk on that
We had good practice.
No.
Right, Barney? Forward orderly queue.
I got myself in the past tense.
Amy and Chris, give them a massive round of applause.
Honestly, I'm really, really lucky to have such wonderful in-laws, and I'm really grateful to be here today. As you will all know, I've known Amy for a very long time. I've known Amy for almost 12 years, believe it or not, and she's been incredibly patient with me all this time. So I've got lots of thank yous, because obviously we've been helped today by lots of fantastic friends and family. So Amy's cousin Jackie has put together some wonderful flowers for us. We've been absolutely beautiful. So all the jars you can see on the tables, these are all coffee jars. So I have drunk a lot of coffee over the past 12 months. Yeah, they're cheap, so they're really nice. Wonderful bouquets, wonderful corsages. So absolutely fantastic. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you to Enid over there. Thanks, Ian. You put together some wonderful, very, very professional looking cards on the table. The invitations you were all sent, absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much. I'd like to say thank you to my groomsmen, Tony, he's sat back down over there. So thank you, Simon. You've done a fantastic job. Thank you, Simon. You were very patient. We put together an absolutely enormous Excel spreadsheet of all the songs we want playing tonight, and you obsessed over the exact order of the songs. So I really appreciate it. Hopi, again, cracking, and Rachel, thank you very much indeed. That English speaking board training we did at school did very, very useful. Now, my wife and I have been helped today by some absolutely fantastic bridesmaids who look absolutely awesome. So Kerry, Lara, our two sisters, and Lisa as well. At the back, right over there. You look absolutely amazing. So if I'd like to do a toast. It's your moment. Hey! So a toast to the bridesmaids, please. I couldn't have wished for better in-laws. We absolutely love winding each other up, and long may that continue. That's how it should be. Mum? Words can't really express really what you mean to me. I really hope this day is as happy for you as it is for me. You basically brought me up, and I couldn't be ever as grateful to you. I couldn't be more grateful. So. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you so much. You look amazing today. To Ju and Sue. I am absolutely honest when I say I've married my best friend, who's been incredibly patient and supportive. Basically, as most of you probably know, I've just recently passed my doctorate, and I really honestly couldn't have done it without Amy's give me a good kick up the arse when I needed it, when he looked really bleak for a long time. She's been absolutely incredible all this time. That's my frustration one day when I came home from the university. Amy got a permanent marker and scribbled over every bottle in the kitchen. Stop me reading. That's why I'm testing it. So suffice to say that I think that the negative I don't think it's safe. Words goes with us. So thank you so much.
And the detail of that evening that I will never forget to this day is the look on Chris's face and how it changed from one of enthusiasm and joy to one of first confusion, deep thought, and then disgust before he said, and there were these bastards behind us throwing sand. And I said, that was me. Now, of course, the perfect punchline to this whole story about how our lives crossed paths weeks before we actually met would be to say that Chris was hit on the head by one of my sand missiles, but alas, he wasn't hit. He didn't get any sand on him. But he nearly did. And that was the first time that Chris ever really made me laugh. From my point of view, and indeed Tony and Simon's, Chris was a useful guy to know because he had a TV in his bedroom. Where we could... Apparently Chris used to enjoy putting a 2p coin in his eye and pretending he was a James Bond villain called Copper Eye. Who is Copper Eye, he'd say. Nobody knows. There was another character from Chris's fertile imagination that he came up with in his school days. Not a person this time, but a pen called Bolly, which I'm informed that he used to stab people with. Did you actually stab people?
Not enough to drop one.
No injuries, or no lawsuits heading your way anytime soon. Bolly even had an accompanying song, which went to the same tune as Dancing Queen, called Stabby Queen. Young and mean, only just 15. And when Chris was very young, he would play a game with his little sister called Kicky Wickies. I think I've got that right. Where the object of the game was to kick your opponent off the sofa as quickly as possible. Lara didn't tell me who usually won, but she did add that, quote, "it hurt." And when Chris and Lara and their neighbours used to get together to play Wizards and Warriors, he would play the part of the evil boss, who everyone else would have to fight to win a trophy, usually one of your mum's shoes. And while not exactly violent, throwing your sister's Barbie camper down the stairs and then saying that they were travelling in the Rocky Mountains is pretty mean. Without saying a word or giving any kind of signal to each other, Tony, Simon and I would fall automatically silent and simply wait for Chris to lean forward and say, "It's Christopher Says, S for sugar, I-R-R-S for sugar, at hotmail.com. Part of what made sugar such a great nickname was the fact that for those who didn't know the origin of it, who just thought we were using it as a term of affection. I remember at least one visitor to our house overheard one of us say something like, "Do you want a cup of tea, sugar?" Saying to me, "Oh, you guys are really sweet to each other." And the other reason sugar's been a successful and indeed enduring nickname is that it's been enthusiastically embraced by his old school friends and arguably, with the Yorkshire accent thrown in, improved. Of course, they were used to calling him Sursy, so they've actually added an embellishment to the end as well to make Shugs and Shugsy, which is what we like to call him. Now, before I wrap up, it's only right that I pay tribute to Chris and Amy, the couple. Given that up until the age of 18, Chris was a fighting, biro-wielding, apple-throwing, child's toy-destroying nutcase, Amy deserves a lot of credit for help turn him into the reliable, dependable, willing to give his email addresses all-around diamond bloke that he is today. And it is great being here in Southampton to finally check out Amy's neck of the woods as well, and meeting all your family and everything as well. On behalf of everyone gathered here today, I'd like to wish you a long and happy marriage. And I'd also like to say well done and thank you to you both for organising this whole wedding and putting together such a great occasion. So now I do believe that it's come to the point where I say, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding. I would like to propose a toast to Chris and Amy. Now let's have some food. Thank you very much.